My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing bankruptcy and commercial litigation in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. And today I want to answer the question, what is successor liability? This is a doctrine under the law that says when a new company is created from the remains of an old company, the new company is subject to all of the debts and liabilities of the old company. Now, this is an important concept because generally, if a company is selling its assets to a new buyer, they're only buying assets. They're not buying the debts. And that's an important way of structuring commercial transactions. But if a company has just too much debt and decides to close its doors and start up a new company with more or less the same owners and the same business and the same employees, then the courts, if asked, are going to say, you know, this is really the same company that was the old company that was subject to all of those liabilities. And if that happens, then the debts will carry over to that new company. And that's what successor liability is. The new company becomes a successor to the liabilities of the old company. When planning this kind of transaction, and the truth is that it can sometimes be a very valuable approach to dealing with a company's debt problems, it's very important to do it properly so that the new company doesn't become subject to the liabilities of the old company. You have to make sure frequently that the ownership of the new company is not identical to the ownership of the old company, or that the business lines are not identical, or perhaps you move to a new location, or perhaps the new company enters into a promissory note to repay the value of the assets transferred to the old company, in which case frequently you'll hire a CPA or some other person to evaluate those assets and to come up with a fair price. Successor liability can be severely damaging to the new company and can just open that company up to a tremendous amount of litigation that frequently is more expensive than the value of the assets retained. My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing bankruptcy and commercial litigation. And if you have a question about how to properly structure the transfer of assets to a new company, please pick up the phone and call me. I would love to hear from you.